I'll first share an experience with you. So, there's this brother, he came some days back to the center and he was telling me that he's the only son to his father, and there is one sister, and that sister is married. And he said that my brother-in-law, the one to whom my sister is married, my father intends to give all my business to him, and he's not choosing me as the heir, but he's choosing my brother-in-law. So I said, this is very strange, but why would a father do that? So he said, we have a very good business and it's a big business, but this is what my father has decided. And he was very angry about his father. And then I said, okay, so let's talk about this a little. So what is it that you think is the problem? So he said, no, it's just that I don't reach office on time. So I said, just that. So he said, yes, and my brother-in-law, he's very sincere. So I said, why can't you reach office on time? So he said, because I sleep very late. And what do you do? Why do you sleep late? So I keep watching the phone. So I said, so you are willing to throw away your whole legacy because you want to watch the phone. So he said, no, but that's not about me. So I said, it's of course about you. Why would you, if you know that's the only problem? It's such a small problem, right? Your father is irked because you don't reach office on time. And you are telling me that you are willing to accept this, that your father gives everything to your brother-in-law, but what you can't do is you can't sleep on time, can't get up on time, and can't be on office on time. So he said, no, but he should give me everything even if I'm like that. So I said, I don't think so. I think that your father has built everything from scratch. So he said, yes. So I said, and he wants a good heir. He wants somebody who is capable. So he's making a good decision. So he got very angry on me also. So I said, it's okay, you can get annoyed on me. But the thing is, you see, if you are telling me that you can't change one little habit, then you don't deserve anything. And you see, I was just thinking that why I'm sharing this with you is because you see, Baba says that I'm going to give you the kingdom of heaven. Yes. And will we throw it away for little habits like this? I can't leave watching the phone, I can't leave eating outside, I can't leave this, that. So little habits, what does Baba ask us to change? Very big things. Nothing. Baba doesn't even ask us to leave the home or leave the job or anything. Baba just asks us to leave our devilish habits, which are anyway causing loss to us. And if I say I can't leave that and I'm okay with losing the kingdom, then of course you never deserved it in the first place. So this is what I was thinking. You see, people are these days very little things, and there was this one person, and they told me that you people live in the center, so everything that everything, your life is managed by the yagya. So that's why it's easy for you to practice whatever you're practicing. But it's not like that for us. So I said, first thing, it didn't start like this. So we were also doing a job, we were also doing everything. Second thing, why is it that I live in the center and you don't? What does it take to live in the center? So do you know what it takes to live in the center? One little thing, total surrender. You have to surrender everything. You have to even surrender your your ego of the buddhi. Because when you live in the center, you are under somebody. Yes, so you are under a senior sister, and then when that senior sister tells you, you do this, don't do that, you have to follow that. You can't say, I think I'm right, so I should do this. And she's right, but you don't get it at that time. But this is how you live in the center. And if you just do this one little thing, then anybody can live in the center. So he told me, but that's very difficult. So I said, see, you're yourself telling me that you're not willing to give up these little things. And if you're not willing to give up these little things, then Baba can't take care of you today. Baba can't take care of you in Satyug. And I'll tell you one thing, we live in a world of illusion, where the biggest illusion is, I am doing everything. I am taking care of everything. Whereas, whether you live in the center or you live in the household, who is taking care of you? Who is doing everything for you? Baba. But why can't you see that? Because you have this illusion in the buddhi that I am doing it. And I'll give you an example of this. So I remember there was a time when I used to go from one office to the other to take class in the afternoon, in lunch break. And I had an iCard which gave me entry to all the ministries, all the buildings. So I used to access that card and go to the other ministry and take class. Now what happened is, at one time I forgot the card, and I always thought that it is this card which gives me access to a buildings where I can do seva. This was my, my card is doing seva. So then I forgot the card. So then that day I called up Santosh Bhai and said, no, I can't go for class today because I have left the card. So he said, so what? You're doing Baba's seva. Baba will take care of it. You go. So he said, how will Baba take care of it? There's no card. I can't swipe. I can't go inside. So he said, no, you go na. Why are you knacking your brain? So I said, okay. So I went. And do you know, nobody asked for my card. Nobody asked for the card. And I just entered, and the seva was done, and I came back. And that day I realized, how much of an illusion am I living in? I always thought that I get an entry because of the card. But Baba could give me an entry just like that also. But you see, I could not see Baba because I was under this impression that it's the card that's important. So this example why I'm giving you, because you see, when you live in the household, you think that, I'm earning my bread, I am doing this, but that is just the weight of ego. If you just shed that weight of ego and you knew that Baba is doing everything through you, then you could do everything with so much ease. And I remember there was this one brother who used to come to class, And every day he would tell me, Didi, I have to be on time, I have to carry so much responsibility in the office, I'm in this higher position, I'm this and that. And I used to tell him, why are you burdening yourself so much? Even if you did nothing, the office would do well. So he said, no, but you see, I'm responsible. So I said, yes, you do everything like you are doing nothing. Don't do everything like you're doing everything. So, it's very burdensome. Just know that you're passing your time, you're going to office, and no hell would break loose if tomorrow you were not here. So, you're doing everything and it's just, you're an instrument, it's very light. And then he said, I tried and I did that, and now I know that it's very simple. Baba is making me do everything, and it's in a very light way that I'm doing everything. And I'm also, everybody is appreciating my work more, but now I know it's not my work, so I'm not even taking that appreciation. Because when you take appreciation, it becomes very burdensome, because you again have to live up to it. So next time you have to perform better. But now you know that Baba did it this time, Baba will do it next time, so I don't have any burden. So he said, my life has become so much more, lighter and easier. And this is what Baba today says, that you must know that you are a soul. And when you know you are a soul, you know that a soul has a relationship with Baba. So, when we talk about spiritual knowledge, it's very important to get everything right. So, one thing is that I'm not the body, I'm not what I have, what I do, I am the soul. But then I am responsible for what I have and what I do. It's not like I am a soul, so whatever I do through the body, I am not responsible for it and I can blame it on the body. So I'll tell you the incident. There was a brother and he told me that, you see, I am a soul, but if my body slaps somebody, then how will that karma be my karma? So you see, sometimes you twist Gyan in many ways. So you are a soul, but that's why, when we take the first chapter, there's a very beautiful illustration where you understand that the relationship between a body and a soul is analogous to the relationship between a driver and a car. And the car is driven by the driver. The driver and the car are two separate entities, but the driver is responsible for whatever the car does. So you cannot say that the car hit somebody, I did not hit it. You are driving the car. So this is something to bear in mind. And Baba says that you must know that you are a soul, you are not the body. But you do everything through the body, so you are responsible for the acts done through the body. Yes, so what is the difference between thinking that I am a body and I am the soul? So when you think you are a soul doing everything through the body, then you are a master of the body. But when you think that you are the body, you are a slave of your, senses. So you have to know that you are responsible for what you do through the body, but you are the master and you have a choice. When you think you are the body, then the body is not aching. I am aching. So then you become subservient or a slave of whatever is happening to the body. But when you know that you are the soul, then whatever is happening to the body, it's not happening to you. So you can choose to be detached from the body and give a command to the body which is different from what the circumstances and environment are giving to the body. So if the body is having an ache and you know you are the soul, you are not the body, then you are not having the ache. The body is having the ache, and you can tell the body that it is all right. And when you say, when the soul says it is all right, then what happens is the system of the body receives a relaxation response, and then your body relaxes. But if you think you are the body and the body is in ache, then you send the signal that there's something wrong, and then the stress function of the body gets active, because that's the signal you are giving. So this is why it's very important, A, to understand that I am not the body, I am the soul. B, to understand I am responsible for everything that I do through the body. And the most important thing about thinking that you are a soul is that when you are a soul, you are the master of the body, but who is your master? Your master is Baba. So when we receive knowledge, we receive the knowledge of the quality of the soul, the form of the soul, the home of the soul, the father of the soul, and the journey of the soul. So when you are in soul consciousness, when you're thinking about yourself as a soul, then you're thinking about, or you are in awareness of your qualities of peace and purity. You are in awareness that Baba is always right there with you. You are in awareness that your home is the world of peace. So you can always, be in a peaceful state, because your Buddhi Yoga is with your home also. And then you know that you have an eternal part, and that part is recorded in you. You just have to play it through the body. So being soul conscious is about knowing your quality, your father, and knowing that your father is with you in the moment. So Baba says this is why it's very important to think about yourself as a soul. And when you think about yourself as a soul, you cannot think about yourself as a soul without thinking about Baba. Because the soul, just like you see when a child is born, there's an umbilical cord attached to the mother. So you sever that physically, but then in case of the soul is always attached to Baba. You cannot sever that umbilical cord. So when you are a soul, you are with Baba. Just that when you lose awareness, you forget that. But then whenever you are in awareness that you are a soul, you know that I'm with Baba, and Baba is the one who can give all attainments and the taste of all relationships. So you're never empty. So in soul consciousness, you know that Baba is with you, and Baba is showering you with all attainments and showering you with the love, the security, the protection, the power of all relationships. So Baba says that this is why it's very important to think about yourself as a soul, because the soul has a relationship with Baba. And then when you're with Baba, then taking care of the body, taking care of what you think is a very big deal right now is a very small deal for you. because you are with the Almighty. So, is it very difficult to take care of a job, some work, some 2, 3 souls around you? What big deal is that? It's a very small task. But when you're not with Baba and you're body conscious, then everything that's happening in the world out there, you multiply it in your head, magnify it, and you think it's a very big deal. So Baba says this is why whatever you think is a very big task right now. Some people think that, just living in the household, taking care of a family is a very big deal. And I remember when I came to Gyan, I used to really think that I'm doing a job, I'm managing a house, and I should receive some international award for it. It's it's the most that a human being can do. And when first time Didi told me that you do some seva, I looked at her like, why doesn't she understand? I'm doing more than enough. And then slowly, gradually, you realize that you're doing nothing. Because you're not with Baba, it looks like a big deal. Yes, but you see, when you're not with Baba, slowly, gradually, what happens is, even getting up from the bed will look like a very big deal. These days, people say we find it difficult to get up from the bed also. And these days people say that you have to be compassionate towards everybody who feels like that. Because yes, when you are very distant from Baba, this is how you will end up to be. So Baba says, think about yourself as a soul and know that you belong to Baba, you are always under Baba's sustenance, and keep receiving that sustenance, and then you know that whatever you're doing is very little and you could do so much more. And Baba says that taking care of just one household is child's play. Along with that, you can take on the task of, Baba says the biggest social service is introducing every soul to their father and giving them spiritual sustenance. So you could take up that responsibility along with whatever you are doing. And whatever you are doing will look like a very small deal. Yes, what is cooking for 4 people? You can cook for 400, 4,000. That's not a big deal for you because you're with Baba. So Baba says that you must understand this difference between thinking that you're a soul and thinking that you're a body. Then Baba today says that so I remember, in context of what Baba says today, there was this one sister and she came into Gyan, and after some days she made a very interesting statement. It was, I think she was 15 days or 20 days into Gyan. And then she said, I don't understand what these dadis are doing since 100 years. I have understood Gyan in 20 days. What is there so much to understand? There is soul, there is God, there is the cycle, and what is so difficult to understand? Why do you have to read every day? Why do you have to meditate every day? I have understood it. And then after 6 months, you didn't see her again in the center, so she was gone. So why? Because sometimes you think that Gyan is very simple. And Baba says, yes, it's true that Gyan is 1 second's Gyan. Yes, knowing yourself, knowing your father. And you see, if you understand Gyan, then you can just remember the whole of it in 1 second. Because it's just in your awareness. And you switch that awareness and you're aware of everything that Baba tells you. But then, why does Baba have to teach every day? Because it's not the learning, it's the unlearning that takes time. And when we start to apply Gyan, then you come to know how many things you have fit in your, how many things that you're carrying from last 63 births. And then that makes you lose all awareness of what Baba taught you. And then again and again and again, Baba has to revise it for you. And I remember, when first day we tell everybody that God is a point of light and God is in the soul world and He's the ocean of knowledge, purity, peace, love. And we ask them, do you find this okay? Is it accurate? They say, yes, of course. And then after 10 days, they would come back, what about Sri Ram and Sri Krishna? You didn't speak about them, you only spoke about God. So I said, yes, so that is God and you are a soul. You are a point of light, that God is a point of light. Everybody else is a human being. Human beings are first deities. No, but Shri Krishna is God. So then, you start the drill again. And then, sometimes Santosh Bhai tells me that this particular brother, he would miss class for 2 days and then his Shri Krishna would again go to Dwapar Yuga. And then you would again pull him to Satyug. So, this is what I keep doing in the class every day. So, every day after 2 days, his Shri Krishna is again in Dwapar Yuga and again you have to bring him to Satyug. That no, Shri Krishna is in Satyug, not in Dwapar Yuga. So, you see that there are so many things that we are carrying that they mess up our mind because you think you get it and then you don't get it because you're carrying so many things. And then you see, you get it that you have to live like a lotus in Grihasth. But then when you think about it and you think, okay, so I don't have to cry when somebody is sad, but I cry naturally, I'm not crying with choice. So then how do you deal with that? Then you have to understand so much about why you cry, how this attachment began. So from copper age, you have built this sanskar because you see, one thing is understanding your original qualities are knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss, power. But what about lust, anger, ego, attachment, greed? Are they not my original qualities? And then how do they feel so original? So then you have to again go back to, how 63 births of conditioning and habit and this and that. So Baba says again and again you have to go over these things because you lose complete sense of it. Yes, and if you notice, yesterday you understood something and today when the same thing comes up, you have forgotten it. Yes, so for example, some days back I took a class about how situations per se are not the problem. Situations that come in the way of my purusharth are the problem. Yes, because otherwise situations will only, situations are good because they are, so if let's say there is a situation where somebody betrayed me, is that Maya? It's a very good thing. Situation is teaching you that it is completely normal to get betrayed by anybody. This is how it is in Kali Yuga. So it's a very good learning. But when do we call a situation a vighan? When do we call it a problem? When it comes in the way of your purusharth, when it comes in the way of your effort. So you want to get up in the morning and then there is sleep, which doesn't allow you to get up in the morning. So that is a vighan. Otherwise, unfavorable situations are a blessing in drama because unfavorable situations make you appreciate Gyan and Yoga. So which unfavorable situations are Maya and which unfavorable situations are not Maya, that you have to understand. But people think that unfavorable situations per se are Maya. No, they are not Maya. They make you very appreciative of Gyan. And you see, in the Gita it is said that I would ask God to give me sorrow because sorrow makes me remember God. Yes, so if you look at it like that, then unfavorable situations in life, they make you appreciate spirituality more. And that's very good. And they give you the platform to use your powers, use your virtues, use your knowledge and become very experienced. Yes, so that is not Maya. Maya is when you become unhappy in these situations. When you start expecting, when you are living with the expectation that it shouldn't be like this, and you get upset with Baba when this situation comes, then that is Maya. Or when something comes in the way of your Purusharth and Seva, that is Maya. So Baba says it takes a lot of time to understand everything. And so Baba has to explain every day. And today you're listening to this, tomorrow again unfavorable situation comes, you say, Didi, Maya came. And you don't understand that that's not Maya. That came, why did that situation come? So that you could apply your Gyan, apply your power, apply your Guna and get over with it and become experienced in that. I'll give you one example. There's this one Mata and she was having some trouble with some government department. And then I told her, don't worry, just understand that this is your time to understand all the rules. So once you understand all the rules, this will go away. So she said, no Didi, but if this loss happens, that loss happens. So I said, I get it. You are right now disturbed, but just think about it. This is a very good time to apply all your spiritual knowledge and power, and a very good time to understand what you shouldn't do next time. And this situation will make you understand that. So she just worked on that advice and she kept a very calm demeanor and she was very composed all through. And she kept applying the power to tolerate, power to face. And then she learned all the rules and then that situation went away. And there was no loss. So she told me, now Didi, I am in a position to give a very good advice and suggestion and help somebody who is in a similar situation. And that's part of my job also. So it has made me very skilled. So Baba says that you have to understand that whenever something comes up, it's just a platform for you to use all your spiritual knowledge and also to get experienced in how to deal with the situation. Because in the world also, you learn Gyan, but then what attitude to have and what do you do physically also to deal with the situation. What words to speak, how to approach, what perspective to have about it. You will become very skilled at it. So Baba says this is why you need to learn every day. Every day Murli is very important. Because in one day you get off track and then Baba sets you on track every day. Yes, so you think you get it, but then there is so much filled from the last 63 births that it makes you lose all sense of Gyan in one whole day, and then again next day Baba has to set you on track. And this keeps happening until you get it finally. So Baba says this is why I have to teach every day. Okay, Om Shanti.